In our discussion, we decided to pursue the Asian perspective of interracial relationships. In the mainstream media, we tend to see perspectives of many other groups, but it seems that the Asian perspective has been left out. Initially, it was quite difficult to find someone to talk about their experiences, as Asian cultures tend to be more withdrawn and private. It's just not in their culture to be as very open as Americans tend to be. One of the interviewees explained that he was a very private person, but his significant other, who was an American, was a very outspoken person and not so private. People succumb to the stereotypes about people of Asian descent very quickly. They tend to believe that they are automatically brighter than the rest of the class, excel at math, or have extremely strict parents with very unreasonable expectations. As these stereotypes are prevalent, some are true, while others have definitely been debunked. But as with all other stereotypes about a selected group, every individual is different and may or may not play into the stereotype that society has set upon them.
The interviewees may be in various interracial relationships, but their ties to their home culture still ring true in their unions. Yeah, and he loves a story. And when I tell him sometimes about my country and that type of the world, he's learning something from me too. And sometimes he's just surprised when he realizes that something like that can happen. Korean family, really strict, hard workers. What they try to do is they're always worried about the future, I guess. They don't want you, it's kind of hard to make a mistake, because they're always getting on to you. That's pretty much it. Yeah, it does a lot of things are different. For example, Anna celebrates Halloween. I don't. But she's showing me how to carve a pumpkin. I mean, I don't celebrate holidays like she does. I'm Southern Baptist. We have strong religious beliefs. I mean, Anna don't really attend church like that, but if she asked me to attend with her, I would. I don't think it would be a problem. We try to do a lot of compromising on some situations.
A good amount of our interviews are here in the United States for educational reasons. So it is equally as important that their partner is educated so family planning can go accordingly.
Interracial, um, I guess she was worried about it at first, you know. She was, I guess the idea of it would make me lose my focus on school and stuff like that.
Like you will not find a lot of really smart Asian guys dating like dumb people. In Asia, education is very important. We place a high value on it. I mean, everybody in your family has to go to college or be successful lawyers, doctors, etc. If my mate is not trying to be successful or as successful as I'm trying to be, we couldn't be together. But I love her regardless. I have known her for 4 years. One interviewer mentioned that her family was open to her marrying an American, as it means that it comes with an American citizenship. The full American experience would definitely include of a family with one you love, and that would include compromises and sacrifices. A lot we tend to disagree on some things. Like my family likes pictures, and Anna dad likes taking pictures, but my family will take pictures of everything like food while you're eating, and it tends to make Anna uncomfortable. It's like one of those things that like coming from different cultures. Compromises are like Anna, like public display of affection. I don't like it much. We both are always busy and have to make time for each other, but we figured that out. I'm on the swim team, so it takes most of my time too. We disagree on a lot of things. She was very dominant in our relationship, and I'm more like chill and laid back. But at times when I was dominant, it was a problem. So we disagreed about that. But it's hard to find time for each other because we're always busy. I can see it a little bit in the preference of the food. I like more soups. Like I just don't like Mexican food like a lot of Georgian people. Like, yeah, it really does. The holidays she celebrate. I don't like Halloween. It's coming up. She celebrates it, but I don't. She go to parties, but I don't. We both are very religious, but I would just go to my church and she would just go to her church and we would meet up after. I have went to her church once and it wasn't too bad.
There is a mixed bag of emotions when it comes to the extended family's views on interracial dating. Sometimes there are families which support these unions and others that are more reluctant. And I always wanted to experiment, so I've just found that American Girls more fun, and I guess they didn't really like it too much because I was always out doing stuff, you know. And with Korean girls, your typical Korean girls are like real smart and stuff like that, and chilled. And I don't know, they probably didn't like it too much, but they just finally accepted the fact that after a while they couldn't change who I was. I would say that in my country, people have a lot of bias. Like in the earlier times, right now we don't. But in the time my mom got married, my dad might say, "Oh, you married a Korean guy? Why'd you do that and stuff?" And his parents might say, "Oh, you married a Russian woman? She has different traditions and stuff." They didn't find a problem with it, and my family accepted her, and her family accepted me. Our families got along good. My parents always say, "It's your decision, and whatever you want to do with your life, you can, but find a very smart girl." My parents said, "Be with whoever you like." When it comes down to it, we are all human beings, and the Asian perspective on interracial dating doesn't seem to be the race as much as it is for the partner to really bring something to the table. Times are changing, and people's mindsets are becoming more open minded when it comes to interracial dating from the Asian perspective. Sacrifice is also important when it comes to dating outside of your race as well. The question, what would you give up to be with the one that you love, is a very relevant question to ask in this type of situation. Overall, thank you for your time and watching and listening to our story.